Hi! Welcome to this very special tutorial. In this tutorial, you will learn how to identify the requisite steps to writing a thesis statement, recognize examples of effective and ineffective thesis statements, identify the components of a well-structured thesis statement, and recognize that the thesis writing process is flexible, non-linear, and susceptible to change. What's that? You already learned this a long time ago. Well, let's face it, we can all use a refresher on this topic, and let me tell you why. Knowing how to write a thesis is a skill that follows you all the way from your middle school years to your high school, college, and I dare say master's and PhD schooling. So, let's start with a very basic question. What is a thesis? Put simply, a thesis is a statement that usually appears in the intro paragraph or section and offers a main point or claim of the essay. In other words, it's an argument, and needed in any perspective or topic you're talking about, it's the very foundation by which you will build your whole essay. Let's go over what a thesis is not. A thesis is not a summary of the text. It cannot be answered with a simple yes or no. It is not a question. It should not state mere facts or a topic. By the end of your intro and thesis, your essay reader should think, this essay will try to prove or convince me of something. Look at your sources. Depending on what kind of essay you're writing, you're either looking for sources online yourself or using the ones the professor made readily available for this specific assignment. Either way, sources are essential to not only supporting your thesis, but also helping develop your thesis. One of the biggest pitfalls students fall in when incorporating sources is not giving themselves adequate time to figure out how to organize them within their essays. Or perhaps you're the student who wants to incorporate 10 sources in a double-spaced 5-page essay and realize later that maybe you bit off way more than you could chew. For one, try looking at your sources early in the writing process, not 2 days before the due date. Start off with a couple of solid sources, and later, you can add more or adjust your sources based on the argument you construct. Remember, the relationship between your sources and your thesis is not always linear, and neither does only one influence the other. Sometimes you'll find that your sources help develop and influence your thesis. Other times, you may already have an argument in mind, and you look for evidence and sources that'll support your in-progress thesis. The great thing about essays? No two essays are the same. Essays offer a chance to not only display our mastery of a subject or topic, but to shed light into our own unique perspectives centered around our interests. Now that we've broken down our prompt and looked at our sources, let's consider our own interests in relation to the topic. Ask yourself, what interests me most about this topic? What can I evaluate or investigate further? How can I incorporate my own expertise and knowledge into this topic? Remember, the more specific and narrow the topic is, the easier it will be for you to talk about it and also cater to a very specific perspective that you're aiming to prove to your readers. Having a topic that is too broad or general will result in an essay process that is hard to navigate and unfocused.